All right. Our next assignment will involve using what's called a triadic color scheme. It's going to be something different for all of us. I will ask you to limit yourself to 3 colors in the next painting. It'll always be a version of blue, red, and yellow, the 3 primaries. But there are all kinds of blues. There are all kinds of yellows and reds. So I'm going to give you a demo, and I'd like you to do a practice color mixing, imitating what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take this upper corner here. I'm going to take ultramarine blue. I'm going to put it up in here. There you go, ultramarine blue. Alizarin crimson. We know, we've used it. It's a really strong color. And if you mix alizarin with blue, you're going to get this nice sort of purple color, right? Now, if you take a raw sienna, I'll put my raw sienna down here. Okay, there's a little patch of it. And I mix that raw sienna up into the ultramarine blue. I'm going to get a combination of blue, yellow. This gets tricky here. And blue. And I'm going to get a green. Can you see how that's sort of a greenish color? And as you can probably guess, if I take my alizarin and get my brush in water, clean it out, and get some raw sienna and mix that in with the alizarin, I'm going to get an orange. But what happens if you mix all 3? And I didn't leave myself enough room in the middle. If I mix all 3 together, I take my blue, my red, and my yellow, and you end up with a very interesting sort of a gray, a neutral color, a little bit of nothing. And you can paint an entire painting with just blue, red, and yellow. You can make the reds darker or lighter or purplier. Let's try another one. Let's take the cerulean. This is the kind of gummy sky color here. There's cerulean. Grab the alizarin, which I've been doing. We know the alizarin. And if I mix the 2 together, more, I get my purple. Now I'm taking the aureolin yellow. This is that really pale yellow. I mix that with the red. You can see I'm getting a pretty nice clean orange. If I make the cerulean, I'm trying to go a little bit fast here, but cerulean with the aureolin, you get a pretty nice green. What happens when I take all 3? I'm going to do it off to this side. Cerulean, alizarin, and aureolin. Get it a little more balanced here. Now I got too much blue and green. I get the red back into it. And look at that. You get an interesting, notice that kind of brown color. All right, let's try another one. Ultramarine blue we've been doing already. ultramarine blue. I'm going to take the cadmium red, which is a really bright fire engine-y red or permanent red or Windsor red. Depends on the make of paints. And I take the blue and the red. Whoops. Let's get some more blue in there. And you get another version of purple. Got it? I'll take New Gamboge yellow. I like this yellow. This is a good one for summertime greens. I take the New Gamboge. Oh, there goes my furnace. With the ultramarine, and I get a nice green. I take New Gamboge and some cadmium red. Whew, that cadmium's strong. I'll get an interesting orange. So that orange is different than this orange. This orange is slightly different than that orange. And I take the blue, gotta find a place to mix here. The blue and the red and the New Gamboge. I mix them. That's two greens, so I get a little bit more red in there. Come on. I get another kind of brownish color. I can get it. A little bit more ultramarine. I can get it to be more of a gray color. Some of these colors aren't all that pretty. Once you mix more than 3 colors together, you're going to start to get mud. Take a moment here. And the last one, and some of you have cobalt in your palette or in the tubes of paint you have. And cobalt's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful blue. Here we go. Look at that blue. Woo! This blue is a little bit on the reddish side. The cobalt is really a nice pure blue. Cerulean's a little, I don't know, maybe a little bit on the greenish side. I don't know. Burnt sienna will be my red in this case. This is one of the brownish colors, burnt sienna and cobalt. Wow, there's a nice, whew, that's a really interesting color. And if I take raw sienna down here, mix that with the burnt sienna, I get a kind of version of an orange. Cobalt with the raw sienna will get me this kind of green. If I mix all of them together, a little bit of burnt sienna, I'm gonna get another, let's get a little more blue in there. Come on. I'm gonna get this interesting, that's an interesting gray right there. Ooh, tough to see with the reflection. As you can see, I didn't give myself enough room. I would invite you to maybe not do all. I did 4 different, 1, 2, 3, 4, but maybe do at least 2 where you try a blue, a red, and a yellow, and then try a different blue, a different red, and a different yellow, and figure out what colors kind of appeal to you. Everybody has a different color sense. We all pick out different colors for our wallpaper or the colors in our dining room or the color outfits you put on in the morning. We all have our own color sense. So in our next painting, I will be asking you to limit yourself to a red, a yellow, and a blue, but I want you to pick the blue, red, and yellow that you like best after you practice this little exercise. All right? kind of a crazy mess, but I hope you can hope you can see and hope you can read how this works. All right, that's your homework for the next painting.